Today's video is going to be quite different from what I usually talk about. I am going to talk about today about how to get rid of carpet smell. And this is based on experience, and like there are a couple of videos about this topic on YouTube. None of them really explain or answer any of my questions, so I thought I would make a video about it. And basically, what I did is I used a baking soda. The story behind this is during COVID, we ended up purchasing a house in Florida, and because of the COVID, we actually ended up buying it without seeing it. We just saw it by realtor going through it and showing us on video. So we ended up paying for the house, and when I got here, after the closing, I got in the house, and the thing that I didn't realize it, and the realtor didn't mention, is there was just really, really terrible smell inside. It was like a pee or just a really bad smell, and I couldn't even breathe here. So what I did is right after I got in the house, I went to Home Depot and I rented the carpet cleaner because I figured it's from the carpets. It was very obvious, and I used the cleaning solution for getting rid of pee and like a smell from pads and stuff like that. And right away, I cleaned the entire house, and it became very apparent very quickly that it doesn't help. It was supposed to, and it didn't get rid of the smell. Even worse, the carpets were not drying so quickly. So on top of that, there was like a really dump smell from wet carpet after a day or two. I happened to have a visit from the realtor, and I talked to her, and she said, you know, it's like an she said old people smell. It's like a specific smell that from older people because the house was owned by an older person, and I really didn't know what to do with it because I just couldn't stand it even being inside the house. So I looked at different solutions how to do this, and some of the people suggested using a baking soda, and I really didn't know how to do it because all the videos on YouTube were like people are sprinkling baking soda on carpet and then just cleaning it up or just making a few notes on it. So what I ended up doing is I bought the baking soda, the larger 4 pounds. In Walmart, it costs $2.58 per box, so it's actually very cheap. And I sprinkled it really heavily. Actually, I really applied lots of it. I ended up applying 2.5 of these larger boxes per room, and on top of just sprinkling, I actually spread it really evenly um, over the carpet. One thing I noticed is that some of the carpet portions were still a little bit damp, so or wet. So it was really turned into a quite a bit of mess. It was really sticky paste on the carpet. So I wasn't even sure if I would be able to get it out, but I was willing to try anything just to get rid of the smell. So I spread it very heavily. If you look here, it was just spread all over the room very heavily. What happened and what really surprised me that after about 6 hours, uh, the smell was much reduced. There's much less of it. And what I ended up doing is I just left the baking soda in the room for about in some rooms for a day, most of them for 2 to 3 days. After a day, there usually was no smell, but I still kept it for like 2 or 3 days, just in case. And I was doing it room after room. So this seemed to work really well. The one concern that I had if I would be able to actually get it out of the carpet. So I ended up buying a really cheap backless vacuum cleaner for $69 at Walmart. Um, some of the videos mentioned that you should never use it. It worked fine. Um, one thing that you can have a look at is here the carpet. Actually, the vacuum cleaner, when I ran through the carpet a couple of times in different directions, it wasn't able to pick up all the baking soda. So there are large white patches on my carpet, and the like reservoir for the dust inside the carpet cleaner. I had to clean it like every minute or so. There's just so much of it, so I was just always dumping it inside um, the toilet. And it seemed to work relatively well, but as I said, it wasn't taking care um of the larger patches. There was lots of leftovers on the carpet, and so I ended up using this like the hose that's attached to or you can attach to the carpet cleaner. And actually I went through, basically scrubbed the entire carpet inch by inch, and it really nicely cleaned it. um, One thing with this baking soda is that when it gets packed as a powder, it just sticks inside the vacuum cleaner. So something to be cognizant of. Um, when it gets wet, it just becomes really hard as a rock. It didn't ruin my carpet cleaner. We still use it. It's fine. There's just still some of the baking soda in it, like this, which is fine. It's still, the carpet cleaner is working fine. So after all the effort, I was able to completely remove all the baking soda, and there was absolutely no smell. So I did this in the entire house, and it worked really well. So again, the idea behind this video was just to go through the entire process and some of the challenges, and maybe answer any of the questions. If you have more questions about this or any of the content that I post, feel free to reach out in the comment section. Thank you.